I have literally never seen anyone else do this classic lock retwisting style, but on their microlocs. If you've seen it, let me know, send me the link, I want to see it too. But in the meantime, go ahead and get your spray bottle, get your comb, get your lock gel, and get your clips, because we're about to do this. Whether or not anybody else is doing it or not, if you're new around here, you're going to learn pretty quickly that I do what I like with my own hair that grows out of my own scalp. Can I get an amen? Because listen, everyone is going to have a bunch of things to say about what you're doing, what other people are doing, but only you know what is best for you. And I firmly believe that you can make educated decisions on your hair that go against the norm and your hair be perfectly okay and thriving even. There are so many rules and expectations in the natural hair community, in the lock community, in the black community in general, that I think it prevents people from truly doing those things that they feel inside are right for them, because they are too afraid of what everybody else is going to say, what everybody else is going to think. But listen, not around here, partner. Not around here, because over in this corner of YouTube, we do what we likes, okay? We do what works for us. We do what promotes the health, the growth of our hair and our mental health. Amen. Because our mental health matters as well. I could not continue interlocking my hair at the schedule that it really needed, because my health and my mental health was not allowing me to do that at the time. I have a whole entire YouTube video on why I switched from exclusively interlocking to retwisting. Feel free to go take a look at that if you so choose. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this retwist. As you can see, I've already sectioned my hair, sprayed it down, put on my product, and you don't want to use too much because that can cause buildup. Just enough so that you see just a tiny little bit. You don't want it to be oozing out, but you want to see a little something, okay? Because we want that hold. I'm actually going to be retwisting 4 locks at a time, and then I'm going to twist them together in the opposite direction that I retwisted, and this is going to create a rope-like mini twist. I used to do this on my loose hair all the time, and it works the same with microlocs, and I believe this is the same technique that people use on their traditional size locks. At least that's what I did on my husband's hair and my daughter's hair, and it works really well. Now at the end, instead of using a rubber band, I'm just going to twist the ends back up in the opposite direction, and that way I don't have to worry about the rubber bands. So here I am starting on another section of 4 microlocs. I do not use a comb to part, simply because I just don't really feel like taking the time to do that, and I don't really feel like it's necessary because I don't care about having a clean grid or having those precise boxes. You can barely ever see my scalp anyway. Certainly with this style you'll see it a little bit more than if my hair was loose, but just because of the density of my hair, it's like you see my grid for like 1 week, and then the rest of the month you can't see it. But let me know in the comments, are you someone that really loves a tight, clean grid, or are you more of the free form, let it go and let it be? So here again, you can see me wrapping the ends of my twists around the shaft of the twist just to seal it. And honestly, I've had my hair like this for multiple weeks and they don't really come undone. And if they do, it's so easy to just twist it right back up. And it's so much easier than the hassle of rubber bands, in my opinion. And it also will make the takedown of the twists a lot easier as well. So I know I mentioned previously that I take sections of 4 microlocs. Coming up to the end, I noticed that I had 6 microlocs left. So instead of doing 4 and then 2, I decided to equally split them 3 and 3. And honestly, I couldn't really tell the difference in the thickness, just because all of my microlocs aren't the same size anyway, so the twists aren't going to come out exactly the same size. So I often run into this problem at the end of a row, simply because I don't have exactly multiples of 4 in every row, if that makes any sense. So you can switch it up. It's not that important how many microlocs you choose. So I really like to take my time on the front twist that is going to be showing at the end of the row. Because it's framing my face, I like to have it just a little bit more precise, a little bit neater than the rest because you can't see them as much anyway. And then with this first one, I realized that I didn't really have enough product on it. I like to have it so that it's just cut so that you can just see the residue just a little bit, but not like oozing, if that makes any sense. So I just went ahead and added a little extra dab, and then I retwisted it up just a little bit tighter so that I could have that manicured look that I was going for. And you can see how the product is coming out just a little bit. That's what I was aiming for. And then I went ahead and twisted it up, and I think it came out looking a lot better. You can see there's a little bit of tension right on my, I think it's called a widow's peak, that little section of hair right in my forehead. But at the end, when I was done retwisting all of my microlocs, I went and I loosened that up because we do not want breakage. We want to keep our edges. Amen. And I'm just gonna go ahead and answer this question off the bat because I know I'm gonna get it somewhere sometime. No, my locks are not breaking off. No, my roots are not thinning. No, retwisting does not cause automatic thinning of your locks. It depends on your technique, the tension, how often you do it, how tight you're doing it. So yeah, go ahead and watch that video because I explain in depth all the precautions I'm taking. Okay, listen, locticians, because I know y'all gonna come for my neck. I'm taking the precautions. I did my research. This is what works for me, and I love it. So we're about to do this process again on the second row. I think I remember mentioning that I don't really use a comb to do my parts, but you're about to see me go in with a comb to do a part. So I do have an exception for this. On some of my front horizontal parts, I will go ahead and clean that up a bit simply because I like to flip my hair from one side to the other, and it's nice to have a relatively straight line for those parts. Also, sometimes I do styles like cornrows, or I'll clip, my hair to the one side, or do pom-poms or space buns, and I like to have like a relatively straight part for that as well. I think the most important thing though is that you don't rip hair or break it or pop them. I know it's really popular for some people to like pop their locks. I don't advocate for that because I think that actually might contribute to thinning in the long run, and I think that's why a lot of people experience thinning with their retwists, because either they or their locticians are so dead set on getting this clean, tight grid that they are sacrificing the health of the hair by popping the locks, cutting away, hairs that have intertwined into other locks, and I just think that's a negative. So I will never sacrifice the health of my hair for a straight part. And now I'm just going to speed everything up so you can see the process without having to sit through the process. And while you're watching, if you have any questions, be sure to comment below, ask me anything. I try to get to all my comments, respond to everyone. I really love this community, and I love sharing information, and I love hearing you guys' responses and critiques and questions. So go ahead and drop those below. Also, as you know, if you have forgotten to subscribe and you coming back video after video, okay? If you're lurking, go ahead and turn that lurk into a subscribe, okay? If you catch my vibe, join the tribe. And we have made it to the last row. To everyone who is still hanging with me, thank you for being here. Now listen, if this was interlocking, do you know how long these rows would be taking me? Listen, this would have been like 3 hours of work for me. Not even kidding. Okay, so I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but I feel like the farther along I get into my head, the more heavy-handed I become. As you can see, there is way too much product on this. Like, it's my whole microloc is white. So I ended up just swiping a little bit away, like wiping it with my finger, and just like, I don't know where I put it, but I wiped it off. Because what you don't want is buildup in your locks, okay? We don't want buildup or flaking. Thankfully, this product, it does not flake. I'm using Talia Wajid Lock It Up Gel, which I got from the beauty supply store. It was about $10, I think, and I'll leave it down in the description box. I'm going to put it on my Amazon storefront so you can go directly to it and purchase it. But yeah, this is my go-to ride or die gel. And here we are on the final lock. Look how good that looks. You can see a little tension, but I'm going to take care of that. Like I said before, I'm going to take care of it, okay? So I really enjoyed doing this style and wearing it as well. You know I'm going to keep you updated on how long it lasts, if I decide to wash it, if I do any cute styles. You know I'm going to keep you posted. So stay tuned for some more videos from me. Ended up adding some lock jewelry to make it cute or whatever, because you know we like to accessorize. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment and I'll see you in my next video.